G'day guys, today I'd like to quickly walk you through our Slack server so that you can have a better understanding of how it's used throughout every day and for specific things like projects and with our partners. So first of all, once you've connected into our Slack, you will see the general page and you'll hopefully be added into a lot of other pages over the coming hours and days. But first of all, we've got our more popular pages here. Now, as you can see, these ones are within a starred section, which I've done by simply right-clicking on a channel and clicking the Star Channel section. So for one I haven't starred yet, I could right-click on one of these and click Star Channel. So this is just what I use to kind of keep my frequent use channels sorted out nicely. So I've got a few people here starred that I message directly regularly, and a few servers or channels, that I also use more regularly than others. So up here you can see we've got the general channel. These channels are less frequently used and are just used for general comms that everyone in the server has access to, so it doesn't get used all that much. We've also got announcements, so when a new project goes live or when someone new joins our team, we'll use the announcements section for things like that. Off topic is a bit rarely used and it's just for other completely random stuff. And then we've got other chats here as well, like the team chat, which I have with our full-time team. So anyone else who's on our team full-time will be in that one. And then we've got direct messages as well with other people. I've also got an app starred as well here that I use for my calendar, and it actually notifies me when I've been invited to things or when there's a meeting coming up so that I can join quickly. And you can do the same thing as well. This is available to anybody and you just have to connect it into your email. And then I've got some other private messages with other people on the team, and then some other partners like Alex and Lana Hill, who I talk to more frequently on projects because they are our web design partner, or we are their web design partner, and we get stuff done for them. Then we've got other channels down here, all of which have been privated. So this is because everyone in the server has access to any channel unless it's privated. So you'll have to be added to these things over time. But you can see here there are other channels. So the notifications channel is just for notifications from other websites that we manage and from billing and things like that. The Gecko partner chat is with our Gecko partner, which is another development or advertising agency that we've partnered with, and we do website projects for them. And we've got very similar chats, all for those type of partners. So we've got Lemon and Lime, which is with Dave Hamlet, which isn't used very frequently because we're actually in the Lemon and Lime digital server as well. So that's why you can see that over here. So I can switch into their server or switch back to ours. So this isn't used as much, but we'll hopefully get them back in here soon. We've got SEO partners, which is Alex Chapman, and Walker Hill, which is Lana Hill. So these are channels that we use for communications with those partners directly when we want to include everyone on the team. And then we've got project chats. So what we do here is when there's a project with a big enough scale or scope that it requires its own chat room, or if it's a project we're working on with one of our partners, we'll create a separate chat for it so that we can get projects done in there and keep everything in the one place. So it's really important whenever you're working on a project to keep all the communications about that project specifically in that chat, be it asking a question to one of the other people on the team or a partner, or sharing files or anything like that. It can be really tempting to just jump into a direct message or to send a message through the partner channel, but if it at all relates to a project, we really want to keep it in the project chat, which you can find as project _ and then the business name. If there isn't a chat for it yet, you may have either not been added to it or it hasn't been created. So feel free to just ask another member of the team and they'll either get you in there or we'll create one for it. Because as I said, it's really useful because things happen later on in projects and it's always like, oh, let's go on. We have to look back and find it. And if it's all in the one channel, it's super easy because you can just scroll up, or we can search for things directly in the channel. So we can do things, we can do in #project _ Isaiah, and then that'll show us everything in here. And I can even then get more specific. So I can go JPEG. Okay, there's nothing for JPEG. I hope that was a Hail Mary prayer that would work there. I think it might be PNG potentially. There we go. So I can look for the PNG documents that were sent previously to kind of find, okay, what mock-ups were shared at what point and things like that. But it makes it so much easier to narrow it down because we can look specifically in that channel. If I just search for PNG across the entire server, no chance. So that's why it's really important to keep it in the right channel. And then we've got other channels like that. And then we've also got the team chats. So this is for just specific people in those type of departments to chat amongst themselves. If we've got any questions and things that aren't related to a specific project, or we've got work coming up and we need some input from the team, we'll reach out to one of these. So you'll be added into your respective channels when it comes to that. So we've got some other channels for development, photography, SEO and whatnot. And then this is just a private channel that's just for updates on the website when we have leads and such come through. So you may be added to that if you need to have visibility on that. But at the moment, Jen is all over that from our support team. And then further down, we've just got other direct messages. So these are other people that are within the team or whatnot that are in the server that you can message. And that's about it. So that's it. Essentially, you'll be doing most of your time spent in the partner or project section, I'm sure, potentially the team section, and then it's always great to have some use out of the general and public chats so that we can all celebrate things together and whatnot. But yeah, really important, always when possible, to stay in one of the public channels. If it relates to a project or whatnot. Of course, there are uses to directly message people, but very rarely. It should always be a last case, a last, when you've got no other option to do that. What you really do want to do is always just keep it in a public chat, because that means everyone has visibility on what's going on. Everyone is kept up to date with what's happening. So if you're doing something and you directly message someone and then you have to take the next day off for whatever reason, someone else on the team who might need to pick up your work for that day doesn't actually know what's going on and can't update themselves. But if it's all in a public chat, it's all very easy to keep up to date on things, as well as that other example of having to go back and find things in the future and whatnot. So yeah, whenever possible, definitely keep it in the public channels. Otherwise, you can always private message someone as well. But that's about it. As I said, it'll all become very simple. Slack is super easy to use, and it'll all become very straightforward once you start using it. There's of course, your chat messages, all your usual things down here. You can react to messages by hovering over something and clicking on the add reaction button, and you've just got an infinite amount of reactions there. You can reply in a thread, so you can reply directly to something and it will leave it in that chat. It will reply directly to that message instead of just adding it to the general chat. So if you wanted to reply to something specific, you can also share a message, you can save a message, and then there's even more things you can do there. Saving messages can be really handy if you need to come back and save a piece of information for later. But that's about it. That is everything that is in Slack. You'll obviously pick up a lot more from just using it over the next couple of days. But I hope you found this really useful. If you've got any questions or you need help accessing the Slack channel, feel free to reach out to us and we'll make sure to get that all sorted out for you. But thanks you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.